Hello world. It's Saturday, June 9th, 2018. You know what that means? Today is Global Reddit Meetup Day. And I will be headed out to that. Eventually. Kind of curious to see how it will go. There we go. But first things first. Gotta make coffee. Just daily rituals. I've already come back in following walking Paul. 2,000, 3,000. And oh yeah, there's one more thing. My parents came by this morning and they turned on the sprinkler. Oh, it's done. Okay, I should turn it off now. I set up this lawn sprinkler. It's one of the traveling ones. If you don't know, don't worry about it. It's not that important. But there it goes. Smells a little like diapers out here. The disposable kind, obviously. You know, the ones that are intended to be disposed after each use. Alright, so that's out of the way. Moving on. I hope everything is holding up. I have this really bad habit. At this point, I still don't have a really good means of just like watching. You know, tuning in without fucking up my own bandwidth considerations. So what am I supposed to think? The lowest cost way to do this would be to be keeping up something on YouTube at a low bit rate. It would cost me the least bandwidth. Just squat my own broadcast on YouTube. The YouTube channel needs it too. It doesn't get enough visibility at this point. I'm excited to see what beers make it out there. Alright, you might want to mute for this next part. You've been warned. I'm kind of curious if I could get those wireless Qi chargers. They would. No, they probably wouldn't work for me. Not the way I have the phone set up. It's up on a stand. You can't induce enough of a current. Because, you know, R cubed. Inverse R cubed. That kills it. Oh, you silly. Did you drink your drink water? You want your food? You hungry? Oh, Yorkie. Oh, my good little dog. You need to be trimmed again. And bathed. We'll take a proper bath. Excuse me. Okay. Daisy Bones. Quincy Jones. All right, I think I'm ready to introduce the next things. Let's move things along here. Here you go. Move on. Move. Let's test things out again. It's been way too long since I've tried this out. The fuck? Alright, everything looks smooth. That's good. Something going on here? Double check. No, nothing appears to be going on. I don't know what to say. So while not that anymore, God. What's this Twitch window? Clips Manager? Pretty sure I have that open right here. I did. Alright, close that one out. Fuck, I don't like that my content keeps falling off. Maybe. Yeah, no, it's worth trying to salvage it. It's worth trying to keep stuff available in 1080p. We lose 1080p, that's pretty gross degradation of quality. You're talking about going from what? 1080p constitutes 1920 times 1080, that's 2 megapixels. 1280 by 720 is, yeah, I mean, that's 50% reduction. That's huge. That's huge. If I can, I absolutely want to retain 1080p. So I'm gonna save these. I think this one's already safe. These are safe. All right, I'm not even gonna look at that. That doesn't have to be done right now, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Don't even, please. Okay, let's hop to it. Morning routine. Essentialism. Oh, I'm being silly. Thank you, Blex. That's too kind of you. What can I say? I'm a lucky guy. I got a lot to offer. Gotta reach out there and grab it. McEwen. McEwen. I think it's Greg McEwen. I guess I'll find out soon. Copy pasta. I love copy pasta. I need more copy pasta in my life. All right, just about ready to get started here. Oh, Papachua. Babatua. I don't even know how to say this guy's last name. I think this one's McEwen. Let's see. Let's test against my gut.
Greg McEwen.
McEwen. I was right. McEwen. McEwen. What's going on here? Okay, G. Thank you. I think this thing slipped. It slipped a little bit. It's getting some vignetting in the frame. All right. Hopefully this will be okay. I really should try relying more on the other phone. This one I tried listening today. We'll see if it goes. You ready? I'm ready. Uptime, essentialism, and double check. Okay, everything's good there. And finally, Essentialism by Greg McEwen. Essentialism from 2014 teaches you how to do better by doing less. By offering practical solutions for how to get your priorities straight, Essentialism helps you to eliminate all of the junk in your routine that's keeping you from being truly productive and fulfilled. Who should read this? Anyone who thinks that they are far too busy without being productive. Anyone who feels like there's never enough time. And anyone having a hard time identifying his or her priorities in life. Who wrote the book? Greg McEwen is an author and management consultant who has coached at companies such as Google, Facebook, Apple, Twitter, and LinkedIn. He holds an MBA from Stanford University, where he co-created the course Designing Life, and is also the author of the best-selling book Multipliers. What's in it for me? Discover why less is sometimes actually more. People today feel like they should pack their schedules to the brim, doing everything they possibly can to expand their horizons and improve their lives. In this age of abundance, we feel like we need to have and do it all. However, this attitude runs headlong with an unfortunate fact. We can't do it all. We can't be an expert in every field. We can't have every toy, nor can we have every possible experience. Not only that, but having and doing everything won't necessarily make us more happy. In fact, we'll find our closets cluttered with junk we never use, and our schedules filled with tasks we can't complete, at least not well. Instead, we should be focusing on what we should do, thinking about what is essential to our happiness and well-being. In these blinks, you'll learn all about how to identify the essential things in your life and what you can do to cut out everything else, thus giving you the mental and emotional fortitude to perform these most vital tasks to the highest standards possible. You'll learn why you should probably go ahead and throw away that stupid Howling Wolf shirt in your closet, what happens when airlines try to have it all, and what sleep-deprived overachievers and drunks have in common. In order to avoid drowning in unnecessary work, you need to adopt the principle of essentialism. Our lives are so jam-packed with tasks and responsibilities that we struggle to identify which of them are the most important to us. That is, our priorities. Even if we make a concerted effort to go through all our tasks and pick out the ones we should prioritize, we still end up with too much on our hands. This overload of stuff massively hinders our productivity. Luckily, however, we can get our priorities straight by adopting essentialism. Essentialism focuses on 4 main points. Do less, but do it better.
The cornerstone of essentialism is the never-ending task of identifying the less important things in your life to cut out and doing what's left over to a higher standard. Reject the notion that we should accomplish everything, and choose instead specific directions in which you can excel. Essentialism isn't about making tiny progress in many directions. Instead, choose a direction and make great strides in the things that matter most to you. Constantly question yourself and update your plans accordingly. The process of deciding what's worth doing and what should be let go is ongoing. The essentialist is always deciding whether what she is doing is actually worth her time, or if she should invest her time and energy in a more productive area. Finally, once those few vital tasks have been distilled from the trivial many, the essentialist wastes no time in ensuring that the changes are put in place. While all that might seem easy, most of us are actually far from the mark. In the next few blinks, you'll discover how far away most of us are from the essentialist approach. Fact: the word priority first appeared in the English language in the 1400s, but only in the 1900s was it pluralized. If we become overwhelmed by our tasks, then we lose our ability to make choices for ourselves. Do you tend to say, "I have to," rather than "I choose to"? If so, then you are following the non-essential path. So many of us lose control of our ability to choose through learned helplessness, that is, becoming so used to the feeling of being overwhelmed that we approach our lives with passivity. To explain this a bit more, here's an example. The term learned helplessness originates from experiments on dogs. In the experiments, the dogs were given electric shocks. Some of them were given a lever that would stop the shocks. Others received a similar lever, which had no effect, and the last group received no shocks at all. Later, the dogs from all groups were put together in a huge box divided into two. One half administered shocks, and the other emitted none. All the dogs from the earlier experiment who had the chance to stop the shock or had experienced no shock at all ran to the shock-free side. The ones whose levers were powerless, however, stayed in the shock zone and did not adapt. In other words, they had learned to be helpless. If we surrender our power to choose, we essentially give others permission to choose for us. When people think that their efforts are futile, they tend to respond in two ways. They either give up completely or become overly active, accepting every opportunity presented to them. At first, their activity might indicate that they have not developed learned helplessness. However, these people aren't actually exercising their power to choose the opportunity which is best for them. They simply do everything. Fuck. Maybe allergies. The ones who offer the possible choices, on the other hand, are the ones who hold the real power. When we forget our ability to choose, we learn to be helpless. Embrace the idea of less but better, and accept trade-offs as an inherent part of life. If you had the power to travel back in time and build a fortune by investing in a company, which would you choose? IBM? Microsoft? Apple? While the success of those companies might make them an obvious pick for some, the biggest return on your investment would actually come from Southwest Airlines. In fact, Southwest Airlines displayed a remarkable level of success for a period by concentrating on one of the key tenets of essentialism: doing only a few vital things very well. Rather than offering their customers lots of choices, such as first-class seating, meals, and seat reservations, Southwest concentrated on one thing: flying people from point A to point B. And that's it. No frills necessary. They realized that if they tried to do everything, they would undoubtedly fail. However, by concentrating on doing a few things very well, like getting travelers to their destinations, then they could be successful. Adopting this approach means being willing and able to make trade-offs, which can prove to be difficult. While it might seem simple enough to cut out unimportant tasks and leave only the most vital, in practice, we just end up becoming convinced that we can do it all. For example, when the success of Southwest became apparent, Continental Airlines decided to imitate their strategy. However, instead of cutting back to a few vital essentials, Continental erroneously decided that they could do it all. Their solution was to carry on with their traditional airline and create the separate brand, Continental Light, to offer the budget service. However, the operational inefficiencies caused by pursuing both strategies meant that Continental Light wasn't price competitive. In the end, because they couldn't sacrifice the non-essential and focus on what was vital, they lost millions. Now that you have a good idea of how far people often stray from the path of essentialism, the following blinks will show you what you can do to find the path again. If one's life is simple, contentment has to come. Simplicity is extremely important for happiness. Dalai Lama. Give yourself space to escape, and seeing the bigger picture will help you pick out the vital from the trivial. Nowadays, hardly anyone has time to be bored. Modern technologies like our smartphones mean that we have access to a wealth of communication and entertainment. Since no one actually likes being bored, this sounds like a great thing. However, boredom can actually be good for you. A period of time in which you have nothing to do can give you an opportunity to think clearly about what needs to be done. In order to ensure that you have that time, clear a break in your schedule every day to give yourself time to escape, to think. Creating a space in your schedule just to think about your life, what options, problems, or challenges you face will help you assess which are vital and which aren't. In fact, some of humanity's greatest minds, such as Newton and Einstein, used this technique. Both of them confined themselves in solitude in order to escape, thus allowing themselves time to think about their groundbreaking theories. Many of today's most successful CEOs do the same, scheduling a few hours of blank space in their calendar every day in order to do some thinking. However, escaping isn't just a way to isolate vital tasks from the rest. You can also use it to ensure that you remain focused on the big picture. People often get so lost in the small day-to-day tasks that they lose track of the reason they are doing those things in the first place. In order to maintain focus on what's important, essentialism teaches us to always concentrate on the bigger picture. One way to do so is by keeping a journal. But instead of writing down everything you experience, force yourself to write as little as possible. This will require you to think through everything you've done and sift out only what you consider essential. And as you read back through your journal entries, you will see the big picture emerge. Without great solitude, no serious work is possible. Pablo Picasso. Get your creative juices flowing by playing. Just don't forget to give yourself time to rest. Unfortunately, we adults tend to make a sharp distinction between work and play, having decided that play is something that is trivial and unproductive. It is there purely for entertainment and doesn't help us to advance our goals. In other words, it's a waste of time. The essentialist, however, recognizes that play is a vital tool for inspiration. If you want to discover what's vital in your life, you can use play to free your mind so that you can approach this subject creatively. Play can serve this purpose because it helps us to develop novel connections between ideas that we would have never otherwise connected. It is an antidote to stress, which is one of the key factors in unproductivity, and it helps us to prioritize and analyze tasks. We see the importance of play reflected in the culture of companies such as Twitter, Pixar, and Google, who promote play by doing things like offering improv comedy classes, or by decorating the office with a huge dinosaur, or thousands of Star Wars figurines. Why do they do this? Because they know that a playful employee is an inspired and productive one. But as important as play is, it should never take priority over rest and sleep. Non-essentialists view sleep the same way they do play, as a luxury, a waste of potentially productive hours. This approach is totally backwards, as sleep increases your ability to think, connect ideas, and maximize your productivity during your waking hours. 1 hour of sleep actually results in several more hours of higher productivity the following day. In fact, studies have shown that going 24 hours without sleep, or getting a weekly average of just 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night, causes a cognitive impairment equivalent to what you would have with a 0.1% blood alcohol level, enough to get your driver's license suspended. Be ruthless in cutting away things that aren't essential. Often, we fall into the trap of thinking that all of our tasks and responsibilities are vital in one way or another. Surely, you've experienced something similar when you're going through your closet during spring cleaning. You start with the mindset that, if I never wear it, it's gotta go. Yet, you soon find yourself making exceptions and telling yourself things like, I know I never wear this Howling Wolf shirt, but I might want to one day. So you keep it, and your closet remains as crammed as ever. So how can you avoid this trap? In short, be extreme with your criteria. One way to do so is by adopting the 90% rule. Start by considering the most important criterion for the decision you are making. For example, if you're cleaning the closet, that criteria might be, will I ever wear this again? Then give it a score between 0 and 100. With the 90% rule, anything that is less than 90, even an 89, is a 0. After considering all the options, discard everything that scored less than 90. Another method is to decide that if it isn't a clear yes, then it's a clear no. A simple way to put this into action is to list the 3 minimum things that something must have in order to keep it, as well as 3 ideal criteria that you want it to meet. Then, when deciding on what to keep, something must pass the 3 minimum requirements, as well as at least 2 of the ideal ones. Thinking this way will hopefully allow you to avoid having trivial matters slip through. For example, there's absolutely no way that the Howling Wolf shirt in your closet would pass the 3 minimum requirements. 1, is it stylish? 2, would I wear it every day? And 3, will no one laugh at me for wearing it? Say no to non-essential tasks and plan the essential ones carefully. So what do you do once you've made a list of everything that needs to go? That is, everything that is not essential to achieve your goals. It's relatively easy to part with a shirt you never wear, but these decisions become more complicated when other people are involved. We tend to fear saying no, feeling both socially awkward as well as pressured not to disappoint the people around us, and are concerned that saying no might damage our relationships. However, oftentimes we should say no and reserve yes only for the things that really matter. To do so, you'll need to separate the decision from the relationship. The pain of saying no may cause regret for 10 minutes or so as you worry about someone else's disappointment or that you're missing out on something, but you might regret saying yes for way longer. Always remember, failing to say no to the things which aren't vital can lead you to miss out on the opportunities that truly are. Once you've gotten used to saying no when it's in your best interest, you can focus on planning the vital tasks that are left over. Be clear about your goals by having an essential intent, one main objective that is both inspirational and concrete. Imagine, for example, that your goal is to end world hunger. Although this goal is certainly inspirational, it's not at all concrete, and thus fails as your essential intent. Trying to follow an objective of this magnitude will become cumbersome due to its vagueness. Now consider this goal. Build 150 affordable, environmentally friendly, storm-resistant homes for families living in the lower 9th Ward. Not only is this goal inspirational, but it's also specific and concrete. In other words, your objective is abundantly clear. One way of checking whether your goal is clear is by asking yourself, how will I know when I've reached my goal? If you can reasonably answer this question, then you know you have clarity about what you are doing. Stop doing unnecessary things by withdrawing from failures and setting boundaries. Have you ever ended up doing something that you knew was a waste of effort simply because you committed to it? A lot of people fall into this sunk cost bias. The sunk cost bias is the tendency to continue investing money, time, effort, and/or energy into something we already know is unlikely to succeed. Unfortunately, every little investment makes it harder for us to let go, while simultaneously increasing the amount we are sure to lose. To illustrate this, consider the spectacular failure of the Concorde jet. Although it was an astonishing engineering achievement, the cost made it unprofitable and doomed to commercial failure. Regardless, the French and British governments fell into a sunk cost bias and continued investing in it for 4 decades, fully aware that most of their money would never be recuperated. You can easily avoid this trap by developing the courage to admit your errors and mistakes and let them go. If it's clear that something isn't going to work out, then don't be afraid to cut your losses and abandon ship. Moreover, you can avoid this entire scenario by setting clear boundaries. While a non-essentialist sees boundaries as unnecessary constraints, boundaries are in fact liberating on a fundamental level. Imagine, for example, a schoolyard on a busy street. At this school, children are only allowed to play in a small part of the yard next to the school buildings, and the teachers have to keep a watchful eye that the children stay within this boundary. But what if a fence was installed that clearly demarcated where the children can safely be? Then the teachers could use their time better, since they wouldn't have to be so concerned with children being near traffic, and the children could play freely within that space. Boundaries are not there to constrain you, but to make your life easier and more enjoyable. For example, you could consider setting a clear boundary between work and family. If your kids aren't allowed in the office, then work shouldn't be allowed in your home. Keeping on top of what's important requires that you eliminate what slows you down and that you prepare carefully. Once you've committed to the principles of essentialism, it's time to grapple with the last step: execution. Becoming an essentialist requires you to identify what's slowing you down and then eliminate it, rather than simply finding ways to work around it. For example, imagine that you're a Boy Scout leader and need to get your troop to camp before nightfall. In order to keep things fair, each scout is carrying equal provisions in his backpack. But you've got a problem. Some of the scouts are much faster than others, and thus the group spreads out and the kids in the back risk getting left behind. Your first non-essential solution is to make stops every so often so that the stragglers can catch up. Next, you try taking the kids from the back and putting them at the front so everyone stays together, but that just slows everyone down. Finally, you see the essentialist solution. You take some of the weight out of the slower kids' backpacks and put it in the fast kids' backpacks. By thinking with the principles of essentialism, you've eliminated the problem. In addition, you can prevent unnecessary obstacles by being prepared. One of our biggest mistakes is assuming that our plans will go as expected. An essentialist, however, does not think this way. Instead, he assumes that things might go wrong and thus makes the right preparations. Whatever you do, whether it's taking your kids to school or delivering a presentation at work, always give yourself a buffer of 50% of the time you expect it to take. This way, you can always leave room to correct anything that ends up slowing you down. The way of the essentialist means living by design, not by default. An essentialist life centers around yourself, a routine, and proceeding step by step. If you've ever achieved something in one fell swoop, then you experience luck firsthand. Most of the time, it won't work out that way. In reality, creating success is all about building upon your previous progress with small, incremental steps. Small wins create momentum, which gives you the confidence to further succeed. Moreover, they allow you to stay on track by giving you the opportunity to check whether you're heading in the right direction. While it might be frustrating to take small steps, remember that the consequences of even small steps can be far-reaching. Take the police department in Richmond, Canada, for example. For years, they tried to lower the rate of recidivism by using sweeping measures, such as more stringent laws and stronger punishments, with poor results. Then, they decided to totally reshape their reforms by taking small steps towards crime prevention. When police saw young people doing something good, like putting their trash in bins instead of throwing it on the street, they gave them a small reward, such as free tickets to movies and youth events. These measures helped keep the young people off the streets, and after a decade of this policy, the rate of recidivism dropped from 60 to only 8%. But no matter what your approach, you'll need to ensure that you stick with it by designing a routine. Routines create a habit, thus making difficult things become easier over time. It's therefore prudent to create a routine that aligns with your goals. For example, Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps's coach got him to follow a routine during his training. Every time Phelps went to bed, and as soon as he woke up in the morning, he had to visualize a slow-motion video of what he imagined to be the perfect race. Phelps then tried to replicate this video during training. Sure enough, he did this for so long that, when the Olympics came, his habits took over and swam the perfect race again and again, winning him a number of medals. Final summary. The key message in this book. In spite of how it might seem, only a few things are actually vital to our goals and well-being, and everything else is unimportant. By focusing on these few essential things and learning to do better by doing less, we can craft a life that is far more productive and fulfilling. Actionable advice. Be an editor. Rather than constantly adding more and more responsibilities and material possessions to your life, try instead to find ways to cut things out. The more trivial things you can eliminate from your thinking and routine, the better you'll be at what's left, the things that truly matter. Suggested further reading: The Power of Less by Leo Babauta. I thought it was Babatua or something. I was wrong. Thank you. The Power of Less introduces Leo Babauta's ideal of productive minimalism. The Power of Less introduces Leo Babauta's ideal of productive minimalism. His approach focuses mainly on the development of good habits as the key to long-term changes. That's it. Okay, so to answer your question, no, it was not my writing. This is something I've been reading from for a while. It's Blinkist. If you haven't tried it, I recommend you give it a look. I'm going to drop a referral link. Just for full disclosure, they don't pay me for referrals. What I earn through these referrals is the ability to visit through their entire library. They provide book summaries. I'm going to drop the link. Citation, please. Let me see how much it weighs today. I'm kind of curious. Got my phone in my hand. This phone weighs a ton. What? Did I knock the batteries out of this or something? Yeah, they're all fucking deep right now. It's like... There we go. Alright, we'll give it a minute to recalibrate. Bulletproof coffee? No. Just plain coffee plus some whole milk. A splash of whole milk. For milk, I'm buying the ultra filtered stuff. Fairlife. is the brand I've been picking up. But the store brands, I'm told, are also good. My brother buys a store brand. Damn, Dylan. 2 months. Didn't you just pull the trigger on all those lenses? I guess you'll, I believe 2 months of vacation will do you good. 136 pounds today at 5 feet 6.5 inches, 170 centimeters, 169 centimeters. I don't actually know how tall I am, how short I am. Thank you, on a daily basis. Yep. I used to grind out push-ups too, like back in school. Back in high school, middle school, that's when I started just doing bodyweight exercise, and I would beat the hell out of myself, beat the hell out of my body every night. But I think that the genetics definitely play a role. You're right. These days, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. You should have seen me a year ago. I mean, it wasn't good. I had been gaming I'd been working out up until October 2016, and then I just started gaming, and I let it go completely. I didn't hit I hit the weights once in a 9-month stretch, 9-month span. Money flow is always coming in. That's good, man. I like that. And I still need to make a note of your recommendations on your stack. Actually, I was just going to do some copy pasta out of it. Let me pull it up, actually. Let me pull it up since I'm standing here. Hey, I already have it pulled up. I already have yesterday's chat transcript up. On a daily basis, said, Ronzo raid, you got Ronzo'd. You couldn't sleep after taking the wrong train. Oh. Zombie apocalypse, one-man SWAT team, no idea if Twitch is thing. Oh man. CT. I played for, so we got the CT kit. Yeah, man. I was like, oh, what have I done? So many wrong choices today. Pyramid scheme. Hosted a guy that about to shoot up a school. Big Glock firearms are hella illegal here. So I mean, I'm not allowed to illegally earn kappa. Dude, I played chess for the first time in ages last night. Late in the evening, I was walking around with my dog, Paul. Oh, I still need to feed. I should go feed him. Paul! Oh, fuck, I forgot to do this thing too. Can I permit a link? What's easiest for me is like if Discord works best for me, but I know we just met too, so it's cardio kills. T-Nation cardio kills. Philippines. I used to read this guy's blog. He was, he claimed to be this like ugly, short, balding man. He was talking about how good it was in the Philippines. He's a white guy, I'm sure, but he was talking about how awesome it was. And I was entranced by this blog. I just read it and read it. I just consumed so much of it. Talking about having like multiple women just hanging out. Talked about having many kids, you know. And then spinning up businesses from a compound. He like got himself into a place with a wall and started building up a pool of young people from the West, or just frustrated with opportunities in the West. I thought, that's really interesting. Yeah, just a bit of weightlifting is huge for you. I've been trying to get my father to lift. Been trying for a while. Like, when are you gonna lift? When are you gonna lift? And then, you know, I don't know what it is, man. It's tough to get people to do things, to change. You know? But if the doctor says something, then he's more likely to listen. Even though it's the same shit I've been telling him for ages. Like, just come by sometime. We have the gym over here. You have the gym in your neighborhood. Just go there, start lifting. It's the most efficient way to get exercise in. Ugly white man looking for a sex slave. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, he was having success, you know? Or he was just this. I think he was actually enjoying a good degree of success doing this. He wrote about this thing that he does with his eyes. You know, like forming a really strong connection just through look. I think I figured it out. I think I got it figured out. Because I was doing some shit like back in March. Back in March, I'd attracted a fair number of trolls over to this channel after a clip of mine made live stream fails. And I was telling them off. Delivering threats using my eyes, you know? That was a fun time. Come here, kid. What's going on with you? What's good today, Paul? What's up with this? What's up with these paws? My paw now. I'll take this one too. I got a lot of shit to go through. I really could use video editors though. I mean, the most basic level edits, just doing rough cuts, it would free up my time considerably. And it doesn't even take all that long. It's just something that I don't want to have to be solely responsible for anymore. I've been trying for ages, talking about it for months and months and months. Fuck. Alright. I guess it's another reason to go quickly make this video that will make some actual money. Love you, kid. You good boy? Show me your teeth. Bird. I'm just playing. I won't hurt you. Okay, go take your food. Hey, go take your food. Go eat. Go eat. Yeah. Sometimes I think I mess with him too much. I mess with him too much. He gets confused. What the hell, man?
All right, there you go. You're good. Teach Adam, yeah. All right. I'm not going to be around for too long today because today is a special day. I don't know what makes today special. I'll tell you. Oh, you already know. Today is a special day. I don't know if I'm gonna wear this today outside. Might just do a polo shirt instead. Or like, probably not one of my nicer shirts. It's too fucking hot for the nice ones. Actually, yeah. Plus, I already stated some time back that I always want to be the most casually dressed guy. Like, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Okay, so on with the work. There's some pieces from yesterday that need to be retrieved. I'm the guy to do it right now. So let's do some digging around. Today to Dylan, I'm also glad that, I'm glad this is not your goal to be like this sexpat that I was talking about. At least that's the impression I get. Regarding the Philippines and young ladies. You're okay, man. But yeah, it's regarding the Philippines and young women. Ah, I see. You treat her like your little sister. That's good. Yeah, I have some relations like this too. It's nice, It's nice. So I have no, but I think I cut most of them out too. Just a waste of time for me. There's like one girl. She's local here. We've got history. What the fuck? That's interesting, man. I'm still interested in sex. It's fun. But, you know, it's not like pursuing aggressively. Just kind of kicking it. It'll come. Things will pick up. 45, 30. But that's good, man. Why is this not appearing? What the fuck? It's like this, is this cell formatted differently from all the other cells? What the hell is going on here? Clear formatting, format, number, duration. Why is there nothing appearing here? Okay, whatever. That's really, really weird. Still nothing. What the fuck? It's just like this particular cell, something's up with it. If I don't want it. Fair enough. Yeah, it's pretty much the base needs, right? Sex. But then above that, you have intimacy. Which can be a lot more constructive. A lot more helpful for both parties. It's not just a big old meat market. Although, I mean, just as somebody with blood running through my veins, I have to admit, I'm curious about the meat markets. I had this conversation with a friend some years back. They're like, yeah, what's going on with the EDM scene? What's up with raves? Neither one of us have been to one. I haven't been to one. Wait, I mean, I've been to some, like, warehouse functions, and I've looked and like, okay, it's kind of neat. People are doing things with glow sticks, and there's some cool stuff out there. I saw one guy had, I remember a house party I went to, there was a guy with these gloves. I think I saw him on Shark Tank, the ones that they change colors, you wave your hands around the place. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing things like this. Something like this. All right, that's neat. Cool skill. Useful for when you're dealing with people that are really high. Like, here, look at this. When you're 16, damn. Yeah, so you've already seen that whole scene. 609, essentialism. Essentialism. Not essentials. All right, starting to get things moving over here. I still haven't figured out this process completely. No, I don't want to save that. Just go away. Okay, good. Write that down. Nice. Seen more than I care to share with people. Yeah, I know. I bet crazy shit goes down. Some insane shit. We got a young man. I used to play video games with him. Within the Hovel Discord server. He went over to Cancun for spring break. I was asking him, like, is it all that it's cracked up to be? Yeah, you got a lot of young people, a lot of alcohol flowing around the place. Yeah. Everybody's just so socially lubricated, you know? Alright, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, I guess. Sounds like it could be fun. Meaningless fun. A lot of regrettable decisions were made. 6:52 full.
8, 24, 22. The format is actually like this. Let me start doing this right. Oh no, that didn't translate over correctly at all. So I need to go ahead and format all of these as durations, and that should clean things up. Just like these are all durations. And that should clean things up a bit. Scratch footage, 8, 24, 22, boom, and that cleans everything up. Okay, there we go. No more wasting time on that. And here, that's easy to locate. Full broadcast, daylight edition. This is the 608 evening edition. And we'll just move on. This is daylight edition of the new day. And this essentialism thing, it's too rough to push raw. It's got to have a little bit of cleanup done to it. There's a little rant about Asian Andy. What the fuck is this? Don't you associate? Yes. What a waste of time. Yeah, sorry I didn't have to eat that stuff. Yeah, that's too bad. I know. That's good. I mean, you guys enjoy yourselves, okay? 너는 기타 지금부터 기타 쳤어.我大学已经家。Because I'm gonna be inside the city anyways. No, what you saw. I'm gonna go straight over there. I'm gonna make sure my car has good air and it's higher to go. Please. I'll take care of it. That's my business. No? And you and they just don't worry. Don't worry. Think about it, you just focus on your own stuff, you know? Yeah, I know, but you can even go from good to better, right? Yeah. There you go. Okay, Paul, come on. Okay. Oh, go sit there. Sit there, no Of course take over. Don't jump on her, what's wrong with you? Oh, it's in the garage. Should know. Yeah, Zach. Okay, good talking to you. Stay away, go on. Spritz. What's that? Spritz. Oh, it's an e-reader for mastering reading assignments. Oh, I know this one. I know about this one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make a note of that though, because that's great. I'm sure it'll help the kid. Just focus on one word at a time. I don't use that because I just like to be able to read it fast no matter where I am. You know, no matter what source material I'm looking at. I use the index against something and just try to focus on the middle. It goes quick. It goes fast that way. faster. L2 read faster. That's a useful skill. That's a fucking useful skill. Oh, MFG, train your dog properly. There's some guy about like a peep all day. I've gone to point out, oh, naked and nothing. I've seen 1,000 times. I don't even know. Like this, I haven't even started exploring fetishes and the kink life. I feel like I should. You know? Because there are people out there who are just like, oh, thank you, internet, for connecting all of the people with the kinks. People like bodies. I like bodies. I am people. I like bodies. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Like the dates are all not dates. What does the title say on my Twitch broadcast right now? Status. Probably fucked up. Evening edition? Bullshit. Fuck. I'm an idiot. Stream title. I need to check that in the future. Because it's clearly not evening right now. And it's not the 8th anywhere in the world. Daylight edition. For hire. Latest and next. And I need to update all of this stuff, except for, I think, next. Next is current. Latest, I need to update. You know, it's just like always have some call to actions up there. I should always have multiple things there, just to make it easy for people to figure out what's going on. You know, without having to explain to them, oh, this is what I did. Like, no, just take a look at this. You know, you're curious, all right. Boom. You got it. All right, that's it. Less distractions from flow. Now, where are we? I feel this kid. I like him. Kids are funny. Yeah, I need to make a highlight of that entire time that Jason was here. In fact, the previous times that he's been here too, they're kind of fun. You know, the first time he visited. I need to find those dates. It's gonna take some searching. All right, so I think it was around 3 o'clock p.m. Let me do some comp. Let me confirm. I'm just gonna highlight this entire segment with Jason here, just because he's, you know, kids are fucking amazing. They're so interesting in many ways. I like young people. So 4 hours in, roughly. Should be at the 4 hour mark. Yeah. Here we go. I was making Huel at the time. And it goes out all the way to the tail. I hosted him for like 3 hours. Like 3 hours of hosting Jason. This young man. All right. Have yourself a good night's sleep.
Alright, so right here, this is about 3. Fuck, if I. This thing is not the. I will not bitch. I will just work with what I have here. Full broadcast, evening edition highlights, ranting about. Oh, yeah, this is right about the same time, too. Right about the same time. I was in the midst of. I haven't done this yet. This is going to be Got Milk. And it's on this day. I'm just going to keep doing it. Like every time there's a new one. And eventually it's going to catch. It might take quite a bit of exposure, but it will eventually happen. So 3:37:04 is roughly where it happens. 3:37:04 is start time a sequence. Start time 3:37:04, and yes, good. It didn't try to format it as a date. That's all I care about. All right, let's keep going. These tan lines are terrible. It's so funny just to see, like, we're sitting and I'm just fragging him over and over again. Fucked him up. I suck with a controller too. Hello? Cindy. Hi. I am at home right now, but I will be leaving before long. What's going on? 1 hour. I think that well, actually, I need to go in 30 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. Bye-bye. Yeah, all right. That was fun. I like it. They got milk, 337. So this is right before that. This is a pretty comprehensive, pretty long sequence, but it's okay. I like long sequences, don't you? Long sequences can be quite fun. Dude, what the flying fuck? Like, how come that's not working right now? Jason visits Howell. Howell visitor. Jason visits. And we play Wii. After I sit him down, read my work in progress. All right, there's some stuff that happens a little, like somewhere in this sequence, like at this mark, I think. Yeah, I do a little ranting here. I guess it wasn't here. I don't know exactly where it is. Hi. Hello. Man. Oh man.
Here. I got this. So 230, so it's about right here, I think. We got a bit of time, but I need to highlight this. I need to highlight this. I need to start getting the whole flow has to get tightened up. We need to be going fast on this tagging, describing, rewrite copy. Shit, and just, wow, so much, wow. Fuck, dude. There's gotta be a better way to do this. A minute. Oh, here we go. Fuck. I need to shift this thing to the back. That's not acceptable. Or use some like glue or something to fix this. Glue, tape. I think I just need to, in general, switch over to using this phone for the broadcast. And then I think it goes out to something like here. Let's just take a wild guess. Yeah, this is pretty comprehensive. I talked about pretty much everything. I talked about so much shit here. And then I've got timestamps here. Data 337, 336. All right, so somewhere like right here. Or immediately preceding this. We'll go straight up until when I decided to open the door. 336.03. Or right before there's like a blank area. There's some time where I'm just standing around fucking with my phone. Describe and save as 2018. I think it was... Shit, why am I so bad at this? There we go. Shit, I just threw away all that data. No, I didn't. Fuck yes. I love when I don't throw away the data. I think I threw it away and then boom, it's still there. Awesome. Like, it's always there, but sometimes it gets lost. No. It's all the noise, the chaos, the confusion. Go placidly. Alright. That's excellent. Now we have some data to work with, you know. I like this. Talking about target demographics. I don't even know when in the course of this it happened, but eventually I'll find it and I'll just be like, okay. Easy peasy. I'm pretty good here. Let me get ready for desktop. Excuse me, like a good Boy Scout. I gotta be prepared. Alright. You want to come outside with me? Hey, what are you doing? What you got a bully stick? Where do you get this bully stick from? Where do you get this bully stick from? Where do you get that bully stick from? Where do you get that bully stick from? Can I get one? Can I get one? Give me. I want a bully stick. I got your balls. I got your nuts, man. I got your nuts. I got your nuts. I literally have your nuts in like pinched between my fingers. What are you gonna do? You're gonna give up everything for your... You're gonna give up your ability to reproduce for a bully stick? Oh, you poor dog. Come here, you stupid. Give it. Give it. Drop it. No, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. This is not how you earn treats. Drop it. Good boy. Go drop it. Hey. Leave it. Look at me. Look at me. Better. That's better. You got the whale eye thing going on. That's better. Yeah, you're good. You're calm. Hey, leave it. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Leave it. Paul. Look at me. Look at me. Good boy. Sit. Get up. Get up. Paul, get up. Get up. Alright, that's a good sit. Get up. Come on, get up. Get up. There you go. Good boy. Good, get up. Look at me. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Leave it. Leave it means leave it. Alright? We gotta go soon. Just be good. Be calm. Everything's good. Sit. Good sit. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Don't even think about it anymore, alright? It's alright. I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't want your bully stick. That's for you. That's your bully stick. Hey. You ready to go? You're so goofy right now. You're just fixated on this thing. Like, all I care about in life right now is this bully stick. It is my everything. Hey. Hey. You. You wanna go outside? You gotta leave the bully stick at home, because other dogs might want to take it from you. Leave it. Told you, leave it. Leave it. Come here. Leave it. Come on. Come on. Leave it. Good. Come on. Down. Stay. Yeah, we gotta get moving. Put my machine to sleep. And that's good. You're a good boy, Paul. You're a good boy. Did I give you an okay? I didn't. So come. What do we have here? What do we have here, boy? What do we have here? This is easier to eat and maybe even tastier than a bully steak. This is definitely more nutritious. What's that? Yeah. There you go. You want to sit, yes? You wave? You wave? Good boy. Here you go. Got another one? Do a circle. Good boy. Down. Good. Down. Here you go. You hungry? I put food down for you. How come you didn't take your food? You didn't take any of your kibble, you dummy. Why are you so stupid? Why are you so stupid you don't take your kibble? I guess he's just not interested by kibble right now. We'll clear it out. Take it in a vessel with us for out in the field. And we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna broadcast from location. It's gonna be loud. Sorry about that. It's just how it is. Now you know. Okay. Sit. Good boy. Nice. That's very good. This is much better. And now you're being good. Here, now you're domesticated. How's that feel? You got a collar. I really like that song. I guess I'll wear this. I have another shirt, I believe, in my car that I can throw on later. But I'm gonna go ahead and wear this. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna show everybody how shitty my tan lines are. Oh shit. This thing's really fucked. I need to fix it. I do need to get around to fixing it. I'm just gonna wear flip-flops. Fuck everybody. Fuck all your hoes. You can have footwear. I don't have money for footwear. What is footwear? Alright, so grab this and let's take some time to get situated with all the other gids. I'm gonna grab this little thing on a carabiner. So I have my options right here. Grab these little lens caps. And you're gonna go with me to make sure that my car is in good shape before I go anywhere. Because this is roughly a half-hour drive. Oh my god, why is my computer... This piece of shit. Hold on. There we go. Fix that. I don't want my monitor to be on the whole time when I'm away. It doesn't help me. Oh, and one more thing. Right, we have leash for doggo. Whoops. See, that's unacceptable. We have leash for doggo. I'll make notes though. This thing can go. Non-essential, so we're traveling lighter now. This thing can sit somewhere for now. Ah, that's it. I remember. The thing I'm looking for. The must grab, because it's hot as hell. I have animal with me. Petit animal. Mon petit Paul. Que onda, Paul? Where the fuck did this go? Shit. Again, I'm misplacing shit. You know how... Oh, it's right here. I'm so stupid. It was right in front of me. Sometimes I'm so silly. I'm so silly. Alright, so we're gonna have some fresh, clean drinking water. Take a bunch of it, just because... No, I don't even want to take a bunch of it. I don't need too much. It's largely gonna be for the dog. I'm gonna be drinking beer the whole time. Gonna be getting lit. And crunk. And lit. It's gonna be great. Alright, I'm gonna put some stuff down in my car. Back in a tick. Wait. Alright, there's one more thing I need to grab. It's mass quantities of money. I'm gonna be a walking money bag today. If you kill me, you get to take everything. But rest assured, if you try to kill me, I will probably defend myself. Oh, I already had it all. Alright. Alright, let's do a quick check, tire pressure check. And we're gonna bounce out of this his house. Yeah, you can stay over here. Best seat in the house to look over what's coming up next. Supervise my activities. Here in Texas, you had better assume that man is strapped. We probably all are here in Texas. Don't come fucking trying to rob people around here. It's stupid. Big fucking mistake. Fucking these good old Texas boys. Yeah, I've still got a slow leak. I mean, obviously, it's still got a slow leak. It's not like I've done anything to get it resolved. But I can kind of fuck with this, you know? I can manage on a slow leak, no problem. Alright, well, it's been fun. I'll catch up with you later. I might take photos or something, I don't know. Bye-bye for now. See you later.